Hello, my sweet angels. Thank you for joining me once again for a simple and relaxing morning routine. I honestly just wanted to invite some moments of peace and calm into your day. So, cue the morning wake up montage. I have been waking up in the mornings and looking out my window and really reflecting on how so many little moments I get to experience today are things that I prayed and wished for, and filling my whole body and all my cells with joy and gratitude for all the little moments that I get to experience. But I usually wake up around 5:30 or 6 and it's still pretty dark out, but I've been loving lighting candles because it just makes the moment even more moody and romantic. And lately I have been really drawn to creating in the morning, and I have this random canvas hanging in my room that I like to work on every now and then. It's solely a playground for me to practice non-attachment because I'm not doing anything with it. It's just for me to practice something that I'm not good at and see what happens and not judge myself. But then I get into my morning practice, and in the most simple terms, I feel like a morning practice is anything that helps you remember who you really are. And I was listening to a Ram Dass podcast where he was asked if it was necessary to have a morning practice, and he said he had two answers. The first answer is no. The second answer is if you are very much in the world, then a morning practice can be very beneficial, but not to do it if you feel like you're only doing it because you think you should or it makes you a better person, because that is just another false attachment when you can remember who you really are beyond all of these illusions in a single moment. But if you struggle with that, then it is good to do a practice. So that's just some food for thought. It doesn't have to look like meditation or yoga, but I make my spirulina oats and I just add whatever fruit I have and my seeds for seed cycling. Half the month I eat a tablespoon of flax or pumpkin seeds, and the other half I eat sunflower or sesame seeds. Just helps with my hormones, and I like to eat breakfast in silence. I don't have much to say in the mornings or many thoughts to indulge. I just like to enjoy the slight delirium of the early morning, and sometimes I'll get into some editing, which I really love because my creative juices really are flowing and I have so much motivation to get things done in the morning for whatever reason. I just wake up and want to do a million different tasks. So sometimes I'll edit in my room. I really love spending time in my room because it's so small and cozy. No matter how big my spaces are, I will always prefer to hang out in the smallest room because it feels the most warm and familiar in a sense. So I could do everything out of my room, but I did some morning chores. I love doing my laundry, sweeping my floors, putting dishes away in the morning. All of that dopamine release fresh out of bed is pretty nice. Doing the little things helps me feel more prepared and capable of doing the bigger tasks throughout my day. And I decided to take a bath, which I don't normally do in the mornings, but I just thought it would be cute for this video. I really love using baths as this portal of reflection and just forcing myself to do nothing and be with whatever is rising inside of me. And honestly, that's what meditation feels like. But sometimes I treat myself to a nice little bath. I fill it with Epsom salts and herbs, and I did a random little face mask this morning. And I really love baths if I'm having anxiety or cannot stop moving for whatever reason. It feels really womb-like and nurturing, and I just end up singing or crying or floating, and all of it is very beneficial. But I've been trying to read at least 10 pages of a nonfiction book a day, and I'm currently reading Atlas of the Heart by Brene Brown, which basically just defines our main emotions and gives us language to describe our experiences, which is so powerful. I love all of her work. But I did my skincare routine, which just consists of cleansing, moisturizing, and putting on SPF, and then I lotionized my whole body. I feel like you have been seeing me do this for so many years, just covering my body in shea butter and various butters, but I really do love this part of my routine. And then I will take far too long to pick out an outfit because I have a very eclectic style and I don't always know how I want to be perceived or what energies I want to embody from day to day, but eventually I get it together. I recently discovered this awesome jewelry brand called Ore. They are the sponsor of today's video, and I really appreciate how everything is ethical. They use recycled gold, sustainably sourced diamonds, and they give back to their community all the time. They are amazing quality. Everything is real gold, real diamonds, and real gemstones made by hand with fair prices because they are direct to consumers. So something that would normally cost $2,000 is $1,000 on Orate, and I love how simple, classic, timeless their pieces are, which are great for everyday wear. And I personally love thick bands and rings that are a bit chunkier. Most importantly, they are female founded and hyper focused on empowering women. I feel like their jewelry elevates any outfit that I put on, but they are having a huge International Women's Month sale. And you can get 30% off your next Orate jewelry purchase with no minimum using my code Hitomi30 and clicking the link down in the description box below. I really love nice minimal jewelry that I can wear every single day and not think about it. It just goes with everything. But I have done my skincare routine. I feel like I'm pretty much ready for my day after I put my sunscreen on and brush my hair. I used to not brush my hair for days at a time, and I just thought maybe that was better for my hair, but then I just realized it was causing more breakage because I would have so many built up knots. So I have actually been brushing my hair these days, and I try to start at the bottom, make my way up. And a lot of you asked me for long hair care tips, and I really don't have that many other than I do scalp massages and I wash my hair once or twice a week, and I don't really use dry shampoo anymore because they have so many random chemicals, but I have been using cocoa powder occasionally, which is a good dry shampoo if you have darker hair. I have been making sure to eat a super balanced diet, and I have noticed that my hair has gotten a little bit thicker and healthier since I've prioritized eating healthy fats and just my B12 and really getting all of my vitamins in. So I will say that. But first I want to put some blush on. I've been using this Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek Tint in Quickie, and I'm just going to use the viewfinder here. I put it on my cheekbones. I put it on the tip of my nose, and I put a little bit of it on my eyelids, which I've been doing for the past few years. This has probably gone out of trend, this slightly feverish look or fairy look, but I really like it. So I'm just blending it in. This blends really easily and nicely. I've only recently started wearing makeup again, and it's literally just this and some highlighter, but it has made me feel cute and elevated for my day. So a lot of you know I went through a really intense skin journey with acne and breaking out twice in my life. I never had horrible acne in high school, but when I got into my early 20s, I had 2 major phases of breaking out for like a year straight, and that was really intense. I definitely have acne scars and skin texture from it, and it was during those times that I really learned unconditional love and acceptance, because it was a really big insecurity to go out in the world and feel like my big zits were, I don't know, something that was really sticking out or the first thing that people saw or making other people uncomfortable. And I always felt like I did want to wear makeup because it wasn't okay for me to look imperfect or something like that. And then I got to a point where I realized how bad my foundation and all of the makeup I was putting on to these zits were. And I really learned to introduce myself from my heart and not from my face or from my external appearance. And ever since then, I have been so much better at just owning my natural skin. And it took those really intense periods of slight self-loathing and needing to go deeper inside of myself to find confidence that really helped me. Like, I'm not really worried about skin texture, under eye bags, fine lines, and wrinkles at this point because it is all so impermanent, and the quality of someone's soul speaks so much louder, and energy speaks so much louder than words or appearance ever could. So I really like to focus on that, and I feel like at this point now I just want to add a little bit of something to accentuate what I already have going on. But I don't think I could ever go back to wearing foundation every single day, just because it was really clogging my pores and it took so long to take off, and I don't think I would always get it off at the end of the day. It was definitely contributing to my acne, so I am very grateful to be where I'm at with my skin and all of my ancestral inheritance. I have genetic under eye bags, so even if I get 7, 8, 12 hours of sleep, I will have under eye bags. And I really notice them when I'm filming, as well as my smile lines. And I'm 25 years old, which is very young. But I feel like this conversation about anti-aging has been sprung on us at earlier and earlier ages. And it is so wild to me just seeing those conversations happening and being like, wait, I don't want to participate in this. How intensely certain beauty ideals and beauty norms are projected onto us. It is hard not to have a single doubt about the way that you look or question if you need to change something. But when I think about my ancestors and all that they had to do to survive so that I could exist, and how I would never wish away any of their features or their beauty, I have so much pride, and I'm like, wow, this is my ancestral inheritance. And if I look at my lineage, I look like my family members, I look like my ancestors, and that is really special. Like, I can identify how we are the same, and it warms my heart because I just love my family so much. I love my mom and my dad so much, and I feel like loving myself is a way that I can help to love and liberate them as well. And I also remember that a lot of these beauty norms and ideals are just a result of capitalism and patriarchy, and I don't want to feed into that. I really love the idea of simply meeting your own beauty standards. If you're governed by your own rules, then you can dictate whether you're worthy or not. And for me, that worthiness spectrum is inherent all the time. Just because I am here, I feel like I'm a beautiful person when I'm taking good care of myself and my community. So I feel like that's something that I can match every day. And I know that I would go through so much grief if I continued, this brush is kind of scary, if I continued trying to attach myself to modern day beauty standards and chase whatever the trends are. It just sounds like a lot of heartbreak and grief and comparison, and I don't want to go down that road. But I know that I have good genetics and I am conventionally attractive, but even within that there are just so many layers where you still don't feel good enough. There's so many supermodels that still don't feel good enough about themselves and get different procedures done. And so no matter what you look like, this society and capitalism is conditioned to make you feel like you have to change something. And anyone freeing themselves from that way of thinking feels like a victory to me. I actually have a lot of things to do today. I'll put my Notion board here. I love using Notion to organize my to-do list, and hopefully we get a lot of those things done. But I will be filming for most of the day, and my taxes to do, which is the least exciting of all, but we're gonna do it with grace, presence, and ease and joy to be alive. I think this is my hair for the day. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this to it because I think that will just make it extra cute. But thank you for allowing me to keep it real on here and talk about my random lingering thoughts, even though I don't really entirely know what I'm talking about all the time. And I'm using some oil, essential oil, on my skin because perfume kind of irritates me. It makes me really nauseous. And the very last part of my morning routine is taking my Spanish lesson. I have been using this app called Link, L-I-N-Q, and I was brought up with Spanish, so I know a fair amount, but because I have distanced myself so much from my family, I have lost it so much. So I was using Duolingo for a while, but I feel like that wasn't doing me too well, and this new app involves reading in Spanish and learning new words through that, and I've really been liking it. So I do like 15 to 25 minutes a day. So I read the little story out loud, and any word that I don't know, I will highlight it and study it later. Karen está aburrida en el trabajo y en casa. Hace lo mismo todos los días. Quiere un nuevo pasatiempo. Primero intenta cocinar, pero su comida no sabe bien. I appreciate you so deeply and hope to see you in a video soon. Until then, please take some deep belly breaths. Bowing down to you. Bye.